Hi, my name is Jordan Mears. I'm here to give you a quick teaser overview of how to build distributed applications with EC2 using AWS CodeDeploy. This is for my final project for CSCIE 90 for fall 2014 at Harvard. So really quick, I'm just going to kind of give you a quick overview of what CodeDeploy is, and at a high level, CodeDeploy is a way to automate software deployments to EC2 instances. It's designed to be a workflow that lets you upgrade and change software on a large number of instances in an automatic fashion. So kind of leave it at that. Some of the advantages of CodeDeploy is that it helps you automate the release and deployment process. It also lets you, one of the ways that CodeDeploy works is you have to create an application specification, and that application specification actually sits in your source code, so it's actually tracked like the rest of a software development lifecycle would be, which is a very nice thing. And it also works very well with existing CI/CD deployment processes, and also can work with both just a group of EC2 instances, or it can work with an auto scaling policy. Some of the drawbacks is that it's tied very closely with AWS. The app spec file format is very proprietary and custom AWS, so this can't be used inside your enterprise with other like deployment systems like Puff and Chef and stuff. And it's also not open source, so it's very much locked into Amazon. So just something you have to understand getting into it. Real quickly, this is the overview of the way CodeDeploy actually looks. You define applications, you create deployment groups within those applications, and then your EC2 instances that you want to manage actually sit inside those deployment groups. A push of a deployment is basically you take your software artifact, your web application or what have you, you push it up to something like S3 or GitHub, and then you deploy it out to EC2 instances in a deployment group kind of all at once. So, and that stuff. So just to kind of give you a taste of how all this works, we will actually just do a quick deployment of a software product. So right here I've already created an application definition with inside of CodeDeploy. I've created a deployment group called a production. You'll see that I've actually already deployed to this one, but what we'll do is we'll push a new version. So the way CodeDeploy works is that you have to specify what's called an application specification, and that describes to CodeDeploy how to install your software, like where to copy files, what scripts to execute, that kind of thing. So not to get into it too much, but this here's an example of an application specification. It tells you there's a file section, tells you kind of where to copy what, and then also various number of hooks that allow you to do things at different points in the installation process that CodeDeploy is going to execute on each EC2 instance. And this one only has some of them defined, stopping the application, running a dependency check before install, and then starting the application up after the application pushes over. So what we'll do then is flip over here to the command line, and I'll give you kind of a teaser of how this works. So when I want to go, I'm actually looking in this, so if I do ls, you'll see that there's a set of software here. This is a simple Python web server. I'm going to go ahead and turn this, I'm going to actually push this to an EC2 instance that I already have running. I'm going to go ahead and package the application with this command, and I'm going to put it up into S3. So it's going to go ahead and upload that. It's going to give me some information back on how to deploy it. I'm going to copy the relevant bits really quick, move over here to the sandbox, and then put that in my second command, and then I'm going to go ahead and just execute the command to go ahead and execute the deployment. So I'm going to go ahead and kick that off. So the deployment has started. And then if we come back over to the interface, we will see that CodeDeploy is now deploying our software for us. So, and in this case, it's only actually deploying to a single EC2 instance because there's only one instance in this group. We'll go ahead and just give it a few seconds to run that deployment, and then we'll go ahead and check to see if our web application is up and running on that instance correctly. So go ahead and refresh. The deployment has succeeded as far as CodeDeploy is concerned. So just to go ahead and do a gut check and verify, we can go ahead and just hit our web application and see that we've successfully deployed a new version of our software using CodeDeploy, all in kind of an automated fashion. So if you want to see more, please check out the longer video, or check out my presentation and full report that goes into the details of Amazon CodeDeploy and the complexities and the ability that it has to manage large numbers of instances. All right, thank you.